All right, we are live. 3, 2, and 1. Action. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for always being here and always connecting, sending your questions, sending your concerns, just taking on your life, taking care of you. That's what we're here for, right? Wednesday Mindset Reset is all about literally just that. When we can allow ourselves to reset our mindset, we get back on track. And we're able to see getting off track is not a big deal. It just means, oh, I was focusing over here and I meant to focus over here. So let me get back on track. So what happens is the longer we're off track, the longer this gap widens, the longer it seems to take to get back, and that would be why. So if we catch it and we do this weekly, we're back, we're back, we're back. And the more we practice this, the more as we start to veer, oh, no, we need to be over here. And then we veer up, nope, we need to be over here. We might find ourselves veering off and falling flat because we're just not having a great week. And then it's like, yeah, but I know right where I need to get myself back. So that's what this work is all about. That's why I do these weekly. I've been doing them for years. And you might say, well, who are you? My name is Tammy Workman-Lopez. My company is Sparks Hope. I basically help people to learn how they are practicing their own self-hypnosis, and they're just not even aware of it. Negative thinking, negative behaviors, negative emotions, areas where we feel stuck or blocked, there are things we can change, and we don't realize, or we kind of have an idea, but we don't know how. You might have been somebody who has tried so many different things and nothing really quite worked, or things worked a little, but overall you're just feeling really stuck. I help people get clear on what's going on in their subconscious mind so they can shift those things out, make the changes, help themselves feel better, create new behaviors, both on a conscious and subconscious level, and then shift and begin to notice, oh my gosh, I can do this. This isn't as hard as I thought. Oh, asking for this kind of help is actually good. It's just like going to get my car aligned every 6 months or so, making sure it's back on track and things aren't wearing, like the tire's not wearing too much to the right or it's not pulling too much to the left. The same thing works with our mindset. Putting it in alignment where we just might pop off or get a little bump or, and it has us kind of viewing things in an incorrect way. Lots of times things like this have happened when we were younger, and so we have gotten so far veered off, we think, well, that's just the way it is. But once we begin to start seeing, oh, that's the way it is, we just bring ourselves to a brand new understanding, a brand new perspective. And that's what, again, this work is all about. And so in April has so many different things about creating awareness for yourself. It's Alcohol Awareness Month, it's IBS Awareness Month, it's Autism Awareness, it is, well, you'll see it, it's Alcohol Awareness. So the idea is taking a look at these things and using that awareness to get us back on track. And so this week, what we're talking about is how to be able to get the connection with family, right? Because this week was sibling connection, right? And sibling isn't just blood. Sibling is whoever you bring into your life as family. I have foster siblings. I have my husband and then his family. I have my foster siblings and their family. I have my foster parents. I have my biological family, those of us who are still in touch. They have their friends. A lot of my family is kind of dispersed all around. And so our family is our friends kind of thing. And my siblings and I, having gone through foster care, we have so many members who in the community made a difference for us growing up. Guardian Ad Litem, different sponsors who, those are my family. And so when I'm thinking of siblings, I'm thinking of so many people, right? And so when you're thinking of your siblings, you might think of just these blood siblings, but then you might think, you know what, there are some people in my life that are like brothers and sisters. And you can totally connect with that in that same regard, right? Even through adoption, through marriage, through just life happenstance brings you close together. And so keeping that connection, keeping that communication open, keeping those relationships, knowing how to do that. As you are practicing self-care for you, That looks like learning how to communicate, learning how to deal with somebody who might be behaving in what we would call a toxic way. Basically, they're just misbehaving. And so we learn to set boundaries, and we learn to set boundaries in a kind, respectful way, firm, yet kind, respectful way. That stops that behavior. And you might say, oh, it's not that easy. Well, then what I do when I'm working with someone who has that is I say, okay, bring them to session. I'll talk to both of you. And then you both commit to ways that you're going to address your own behaviors and then ways that you're going to address each other. It's that simple. It's not simple if you don't know how. It's not simple if you don't have somebody who can do it. But once you have somebody that can do it, it becomes rather simple. Because now you know step by step what to follow. They know step by step what to follow. And they're looking forward to things that don't work. I always say if it works, great. We know that works. We can help you to keep doing that. When it doesn't work, that's perfect. It's not a failure. That lets us know where the extra work needs to happen. That lets us know where the focus gets to happen. That's all it is. A conversation is not an end-all be-all. A relationship's not an end-all be-all. It's an interaction and a next interaction and a next interaction and a next interaction. So a conversation doesn't have to be started and had that one time. We can continue to carry this on and figure this out together. So that's a big, big part of that awareness. I wanted to share that with you guys. The other aspect we were taking a look at is, IBS awareness, physical pains, right? The things that come with it. Stress can create IBS. IBS can create stress. Things that we've got going on with our siblings, things that we've got going on as a caregiver, things that we've got going on with our businesses, right? Things that we've got going on with our clients. Depends on what's going on. Our body will hold those things. And so it's essential that you clean your body, right? And I don't mean just like taking a shower. I mean like allowing yourself to declutter any emotional stuff going on. If you're a very connected person, you might feel yourself taking on other people's stuff. That's clearing that out. If there's some stuff going on here, it might be pushing buttons of stuff that happened over there. And so now you're dealing with stuff that it's like, wait a second, this isn't even my stuff. This is their stuff. But it is pushing the buttons of your stuff because it's so similar. That's normal, right? It's called resonating. If you have a guitar on one side of the room and you pluck a piano on the other side of the room, the vibration, the resonance is going to have that guitar vibrate at the same frequency. So if you're noticing somebody's going through grieving and sadness and they just had a really big loss and they're sharing that with you, it may resonate with times that you've had a really big loss and you've had a really big experience and you thought you worked through it. But if it's creating that resonance, then there may be, and I say may, because it just might be you're remembering. Yeah, I remember I had that kind of loss. I definitely miss that person. I really care about that person. Yeah. Let me think about the beautiful moments, the beautiful memories, all of these wonderful things. So grateful to have them in my life. And you might have some little bit of sadness and happiness and, and that's normal. If you feel it heavy, then that's not just a memory. You're experiencing it right now. And you might say, well, that's in the past. I've gotten over that. I left that there. Well, guys, where does the past exist? Nowhere out there. The past exists in here, in our memories, in the things that we carry with us. That's it. And so a memory could be like a black and white picture with no real experience of high level emotion. So, okay, that's drained of any emotion or memory or anything like that. And so when I bring color into it and think about it, it doesn't bring me down. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't make it so heavy for me. Or when you look at it, it's so in color and so bright and so emotional that it's as if it's happening right now. That means it needs some attention. That's all it means. You're not broken. That's all it means, guys. So giving yourself that support, right? If we don't, then we can actually be, without knowing it, creating irritable bowel syndrome, tension and inflammation in our joints and in our bones. It can create headaches. It can create conflict. I mean, there's so many things. I'm just thinking of a few right now. So the idea is allowing yourself to create support with how you're eating, how you're sleeping and when, the way that you're allowing yourself to have relaxation and fun time, and what forms of self-care, what forms of food, what forms of mindset are you practicing? Looking at all of those things are really important. What form of spiritual support are you practicing? What form of sexual support are you practicing? Taking a look at those things, because sometimes we might be thinking we're doing the best and we're actually hurting ourselves. Like, for example, with food, I had a client, she just could not lose weight. She couldn't figure it out. Well, she was losing weight, but her tummy, she just couldn't get that round tummy down. And she was doing everything right. Well, come to find out, she was allergic to some vegetables that she was eating. She stopped eating those vegetables, the bloating went down. And she didn't just lose the weight on the scale, she began to find down and feel really good. As far as sleep, you might say, I don't need 8 hours of sleep. Maybe you do. How are you waking up in the morning? Are you waking up in the morning exhausted? Then maybe it's not 8 hours, but at least for a little while, get more. Start with 15 minutes more. See how you're doing there. Then half hour more. See how you're doing there. That helps you to see what you need. And also do your best to go to sleep at the same time so you keep that rhythm. I'm trying to think. Circadian rhythm, I believe, is how it's said. Sometimes I say it incorrectly. But if you've got that all over the place, then it's going to be more difficult for you. You might have shift work, but still with shift work, keep it to that time. So your body picks up its own rhythm. Your body will adjust for you, but you might still notice that during that time, plus if you've been on for an extensive amount of hours, you're probably going to need more rest. So giving your body what it needs in that regard. Think of it, food, you're a bag of chemicals. Food adjusts those chemicals and aligns them, or it spikes them up all over the place. Food and drink both. Anything you're putting into your body, including things you're putting on your body, the things you're putting on your clothes that may absorb into your body, all those things, you want to keep that in mind. How your shoes are your shoes supporting you, or are they making your body hurt more? So there's things to keep in mind, even like this headband. Some of the headbands I have squeezed too hard, so I can only have them on for so long. And so I might start getting a headache and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Got to get that off. Got to give my head a little bit of time to not be squeezed. And then it already starts to feel better, right? If you're somebody who should be wearing glasses and you're not, or your contacts are not where they should be, taking care of your body in those ways. It's so important. Okay. And then lastly, allowing yourself to be able to take a look. So if you're a caregiver, right? If you're a parent, if you have a child with autism or special needs, if you're a parent taking care of a parent, it's important that you take care of you. That other person over there, you might think, I got to invest into them. I got to take care of them. If I'm not taking care of them, I'm not a good person. Well, taking care of you is essential in that process. And you might say, well, you don't know. I don't have the time. I don't have the... Learn ways to make the time. Whether it's getting a babysitter for an hour, or a caregiver for an hour, or a relative for an hour, or a friend for an hour. And I say an hour, but 10 minutes sometimes is enough to help relieve what's going on to where you don't feel like you're going to lose it that day, right? But also, it doesn't have to take a long time. So while they're going to the bathroom, or maybe they're in the tub, or they're watching TV, or something to where they don't need your help. Now, it might be in all of those things besides TV, they do need your help. So it just depends. But let's say even if you're helping your loved one use the bathroom, while you're waiting those few minutes while they're going to the bathroom, breathing in peace, letting go of any stress, breathing in love, letting go of any frustrations. Breathing in, I am doing a great job. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my loved one. I'm doing an amazing job. Breathing out any negative thoughts, any negative energy. That didn't take but a minute. They're finished. You're moving forward. You've grounded yourself. You're already feeling better. That is just one example of a method you can use to take care of yourself, but you might not know how if your mind is always being overly critical, overly perfectionistic, overly harsh. And that's the way your subconscious mind has been trained. That's all it is. There's nothing wrong with you. There's just something wrong with that action. There's just something wrong with that practice that gets to be unlearned, cleaned up, and a new learning replace it. That's all, right? So I just wanted to share this with you as a visual so you can take a look at this with me together. Let's see, screen is sharing. Yes. Okay. All right, there we go. Perfect. So the idea here, as you look at the visual, same thing, I'm going to recap. So what you're doing is you're focusing on what you can control. You're focusing on allowing yourself to practice that self-care with compassion, not with disdain, not with, let me hurry up and do this, not with, oh, I got to get this done, not with what's wrong with you. But what do you need? What do you need for self-care? And give yourself some things, write them down so you can always go back to them when you're feeling frustrated and you can't really think. Okay, so when I'm feeling frustrated, I can't really think, oh, okay, I can breathe. Breathing in peace, breathing away stress, breathing in love, breathing out tension and frustration, breathing in, I am good enough, I'm doing a great job. I love this amazing person who's making an amazing difference in these other people's lives. Letting go of any tension, letting go of any stress, feeling way more grounded, yes. Just like that. Compassion, nurturing, what do you need? Okay. You might think you have to do this on your own. You might think, I'm a rock, I'm an island. You don't have to do this on your own. You might think, I feel ashamed to ask for help. Work on that. That's the thing to work on, not the asking for help is the problem. That belief about asking for help is the problem. As you shift that, you'll be able to see you're helping somebody right now. So if they turned around to you and said, I don't need your help, I don't want your help, you probably know they're just mad and being a stinker because you know they need your help. You know they want your help. And you know helping them benefits them. And helping them also has you feel good. The same thing works when you allow someone to help you. So keep that in mind. Anything outside of that is BS and you're lying to yourself. You might have negative people around you who are not the ones to ask. Then you start to find other positive people, and there's ways to do that, right? Connecting through Facebook, connecting through events, connecting through support groups, and you might say, I don't have time. Well, then you got to work on that too. One, you've got to work on the thinking, and two, you've got to work on where can you make that time. It's doable, I promise. Even if it's just a minute, it's doable. So do not tell yourself you don't have time. Gotcha? Just like you're here right now getting this help. You made the time. You've got this. And then lastly, celebrate your victories, celebrate your successes, even if you're like, today sucked. I don't see a success at all. Number one, you got through the day. You made it from beginning to end alive, beginning to end. You did all the things that you said you would do, or you maybe weren't able to do the things you said you could do, but you got a whole bunch of other things done. Even if you just got up and got dressed and that's a major feat for you, celebrate that. You deserve that. Give yourself the accolades, the positive reinforcements into your body. You would do it if it was anybody else. You wouldn't be like, oh, you did nothing. You're sickening me. And if you would say that to somebody, work on that. But we know you wouldn't, right? Because you'd be like, no, I would never talk to somebody like that. So notice you are a somebody and you don't get to talk to you like that. Got it? All right, good. Okay, bring it in. If you like these infographics and you would like to get a copy of them, just mention it in the chat and I'll make sure that you get a copy of them. I'm going to go ahead and stop screen share. But you'll see they touch on every area for awareness this month, for autistic awareness, for IBS and pain, as well as for sibling relationships. So, and these all come together. So if you're interested in receiving any one of them, you'll get all 4 of them. So yeah, just comment below, taking care of my body. I take care of my body, or care for my body. Any one of those things lets me know that you want these infographics. Just put it into the chat or just say, I want them. Thank you so much for being here. Continue to take care of yourself. Know that you're loved. And this big squishy hug that I give every time is me sending it to you and imagining yours back. Give yourself a hug. Give others a hug. You take care of you. I'll see you next week. Let me know what topics you'd like to work on, what questions you have, and I'll be sure to answer them. Ciao for now.